I'm one of the richest men that ever lived. And I don't mean, please don't look at my net worth. I saw my net worth. I had that on me.
Hollywood thought Katt Williams was done. They pushed him away. But in 2025, Katt is living better than most movie stars ever dreamed. He has huge mansions, crazy cool cars, and tons of diamond jewelry. Katt once said, "Don't ever look up how much money I have." But the more he said it, the more people wanted to know. Why? Because his story doesn't make sense. This is a guy who used to sleep on park benches. He got arrested many times. Newspapers wrote bad things about him. But today, he's super rich and Hollywood stays quiet about it. So how rich is Katt Williams really? Where does his money come from? And why does a man who doesn't follow Hollywood's rules still win? Let's jump into Katt Williams's real life in 2025. Watch till the end because this isn't just about money. It's about power, staying strong and never giving up. The boy who grew up too fast. In 1971, a baby boy was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. His name was Micah Williams. His family followed very strict religious rules. Everything had to be perfect. Kids couldn't ask questions, but Micah was different. He could read when he was only 3 years old. That's super young. Most kids can't do that. At age 13, Micah made a huge choice. He left his parents' house legally. He was on his own. No mom, no dad, no safety. He had to survive by himself. Micah had no money and no place to sleep. He sold things on the street. He slept on benches in parks. He moved around America and ended up in Florida. Life was really hard. Police watched him all the time, but living on the streets taught him something important. Everyone has fears, and making people laugh is the fastest way to make friends. Becoming Katt Williams. Comedy wasn't Micah's dream at first. It was his way to survive. He joined a traveling circus and performed in small, smoky clubs. The crowds were mean. If you weren't funny, they'd boo you off stage, but that tough training made Micah better. That's when Micah Williams became Katt Williams. Katt didn't just tell jokes. He talked about real life, religion, money, fake people. His comedy made you laugh but also think. That's what made him special. By the late 1990s, Katt started filling bigger clubs and theaters. From 2006 on, he was everywhere: Netflix, HBO, Comedy Central. A small show could make him $100,000 in one night. A Netflix special, around $10 million. Most comedians need big companies to help them. Not Katt. He spent $22,000 of his own money to make his first comedy special called The Pimp Chronicles Part 1. No big network helped him. It became super famous, especially in black communities. That special made money for years and years. Today, Katt still tours with his Dark Matter show. He performs in huge theaters, 3,000 to 10,000 seats across America. Cities like Atlanta, Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York. Most nights sell out completely. Tickets cost about $120 to $150 each. So one sold-out night can make $400,000 to over $1 million. Young people on TikTok are discovering him now. He's not old news. He's still saying things others are scared to say. Katt goes to Hollywood. In 2002, a movie called Friday After Next came out. Nobody expected the funniest character to be a skinny guy in flashy clothes named Money Mike. That was Katt. At the time, he was living in his car. He had no home. But that rough look made Money Mike feel real. Most of his lines, he made them up himself. Hollywood couldn't control him. The movie made over $33 million and Money Mike became famous. After that, Hollywood wanted Katt everywhere. He was in big movies like Norbit, made over $159 million, First Sunday, epic movie, and Scary Movie 5. Even when the movies weren't great, Katt was always the best part. He didn't need to be the main star. Give him a few minutes and he stole the show. But his coolest role wasn't even live action. In the cartoon The Boondocks, Katt voiced a character called a pimp named Slickback. You never saw his face, but everyone remembered his voice. People still quote it today, almost 20 years later. When people thought Katt disappeared from Hollywood, he came back strong. He appeared on the show Atlanta and won an Emmy Award, one of TV's biggest prizes. He also showed up in The Last OG and Blackish. Hollywood gave Katt fame, but his real money always came from comedy shows on stage. How much money does Katt really have? Google says Katt is worth about $20 million in 2025, but Katt says that's wrong. In January 2024, Katt sat down with Shannon Sharpe on a show called Club Shay Shay. The talk lasted almost 3 hours. Millions of people watched it. Katt laughed at the internet numbers. He said, "I'm worth way more than that." Then he dropped a bomb. He turned down $50 million deals, not once but 4 times, just to stay independent and keep control. Wait, think about that. If his net worth is only $20 million, how could he say no to $50 million $4 different times? If each Netflix special pays about $10 million, then Katt's real money is much higher than Google says. After that interview, people didn't just see Katt as a comedian anymore. They saw him as someone who speaks truth and doesn't care about money if it means losing freedom. Katt's amazing houses. Let's look at what Katt actually owns. Big, real things you can see. The $5 million Calabasas mansion. There was a time when Katt lived in Calabasas, a super fancy area where rich celebrities live. His neighbors were the Kardashians and famous athletes. His house was worth about $4.6 million. It sat on over 1 acre of land. The mansion had 6,000 to 7,000 square feet. That's huge. It was designed like a Mediterranean palace with tall ceilings and fancy stone walls. Inside, everything was grand. A giant living room with huge windows letting in California sunshine. A fancy kitchen with an island and expensive appliances. A big dining room for parties. Outside, a resort-style pool, lounge chairs, and get this, a private basketball court. Most people never have that. But in 2010, Katt lost the house because of money problems. That mansion showed he reached the top, but it also taught him an expensive lesson. The simple home in Georgia. After leaving Hollywood, Katt moved to Georgia, a quiet place far from cameras. His current home is in Lawrenceville, Georgia. It's smaller and simpler, but still nice. A modern kitchen, warm living spaces, and a calm outdoor garden. No giant pool or basketball court, just peace and quiet, something money can't always buy in Hollywood. If the Calabasas house showed he made it big, the Georgia house shows he doesn't need to prove anything anymore. Katt's crazy car collection. Now let's open the wildest garage in showbiz. Apocalypse 6x6 Hellfire truck. This looks like a military war machine. It costs almost $200,000. It's built for the end of the world. Katt customized his in Joker colors, army green and purple with purple leather seats inside. This truck says, "If the world ends, I'll survive." Purple Polaris Slingshot. This is a 3-wheeled machine that's half motorcycle, half sports car, worth about $50,000. No doors, no roof, you're totally exposed when driving. It has a turbo engine and goes 0 to 60 mph in under 5 seconds. Top speed, 125 mph. This ride says, "Look at me, I don't care what you think." Plymouth Prowler, a weird retro car from the 1990s with exposed front wheels. It looks like it came from a sci-fi movie. Worth $40,000 to $60,000. It's not super powerful, but Katt loves it because it's different, just like him. Rolls-Royce Dawn Pure Luxury, worth over $350,000. Handmade leather seats, so smooth you barely hear the engine. This car speaks for Katt when people ask who's richer. Lamborghini Huracan, a 2-seat supercar with a roaring V10 engine. super fast acceleration, and crazy top speed. This is actually the Lamborghini Katt famously lost to Beanie Sigel in a bet. Rolls-Royce Spectre, the first all-electric Rolls-Royce ever made, worth about $400,000, silent power, no engine noise. This car is for people who don't need to prove anything anymore. Katt's garage is worth about $1.2 million total, but the number doesn't matter. What matters is that every single car is unique, just like him. He didn't buy these to copy anyone. Jewelry, watches, and style. Katt's jewelry isn't quiet. Around his neck are heavy diamond chains worth about $250,000. They explode with light under stage lamps. On his hands, huge diamond rings, some with stones almost 10 carats. These aren't meant to hide. They're meant to be seen. Katt wears expensive watches too. Gold Rolex Day-Date, classic power symbol. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, aggressive and athletic. Custom diamond Hublot Big Bang, loud and modern. Each watch says something different, but they all say, "Time belongs to me." His clothes, Gucci suits with wild patterns worth thousands. Silk Versace shirts. Christian Louboutin shoes with red soles, $1,500 to $2,500. And his signature fedora hat, custom-made, $400 to $1,000 each. Sometimes just the shadow of that hat tells people Katt Williams walked in the room. Katt doesn't dress to look rich. He dresses to show the world that real wealth is being yourself, unedited and unapologetic. The dark side, trouble follows. But luxury isn't Katt's whole story. Controversy follows him everywhere. $59 million stolen. In 2019, Katt shocked everyone by saying he lost about $59 million to people he trusted, managers and close friends who stole from him over many years. People wondered, if he's only worth $20 million, where did $59 million come from? No big court case happened publicly. The truth stayed unclear. After that, Katt stopped trusting people with his money. Arrests. From 2006 to 2013, Katt was arrested many times. 2006, caught with a stolen gun at Lax Airport. 2010, accused of burglary in Georgia. 2011, arrested for threatening a witness. 2012, multiple arrests, hitting someone with a bottle, bar fights, running from police on a three-wheeler. In 2012, things got really serious. Katt faced child endangerment charges and his adopted kids were temporarily taken away. The media exploded. People thought his career was over, but the case fell apart, not enough evidence. Katt wasn't convicted, but the damage to his reputation stayed. After every arrest, Katt didn't apologize or beg forgiveness. He just stepped back on stage, grabbed the mic and said, "I'm still here." That's what separates him from others. He never disappears. Family, the father behind the jokes. As of 2025, Katt is single. No wife, no public girlfriend. But he's a father to 10 children, 1 biological, 9 adopted. His romantic life has been messy. First wife, Quadira Locust, they had 1 son together, Micah Williams Jr. The marriage couldn't survive Katt's chaotic life. Ebony Gray, she claimed they were married and that Katt was mentally unfit. He denied everything. The case never finished clearly. Hazley, a reality TV star. Their relationship was public but ended fast. None of these relationships lasted, but his role as a father, that's different. Katt adopted 9 children from backgrounds like his own, poverty, abandonment, no direction. He once said, "I grew up with nobody protecting me. If I made it out, I have to pull someone else out too." Even during legal trouble when some kids were temporarily taken away, Katt never abandoned them. He said, "If I succeed and don't help anybody else, that's not success." For Katt, family isn't for show. It's something he protects quietly. Katt in 2025, still standing. In 2025, tragedy struck. Reggie Carroll, a comedian who toured with Katt, was shot and killed in Mississippi. The suspect was a security guard from the tour. The comedy world was shocked. Later that year, Katt appeared on a podcast with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson. He opened up about his childhood, raising 10 kids, loss, and pain. People saw a deeply human side of Katt, not just a comedian, but a man carrying responsibility and grief. The Golden Age Tour 2026. After the success of his Heaven on Earth tour in 2025, Katt announced the Golden Age Tour for 2026. It will visit over 25 major cities across North America in huge arenas. This proves Katt isn't a has-been. He's still a massive draw today. A man who slept on park benches, got arrested, was written off, lost millions, but was never erased. Katt Williams doesn't live to be liked. He lives to stay free and uncontrolled. And maybe that's exactly why, whether you love him or hate him, when the lights come on, you still look at him. Do you still respect Katt Williams? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe so you don't miss more deep dives into legendary lives. All information in this video is based on what was available when we made it. Things can change over time, so don't take this as the final truth. There's still so much more to explore, stories of strength, legacy, and truth. Check out our other recommended videos now.